If you have acne, I feel for you so incredibly deeply. I understand not only the insecurities behind it, but just the pain and the frustration of not knowing why you have acne, adult acne, cystic acne, where it came from, how to fix it, how to stop the itching, the burning. Like last year was horrible. If you've been here for a while, you were here for that surprise acne journey after my miscarriage. So it was definitely a very emotional time for me, but I got through it. I got through it, and you can get through it too. So this tutorial is going to first break down my skincare routine and products, which I haven't done in over a year, because skincare is very specific to the consumer. I cannot harp on this enough. Make sure you are seeing a professional, whether that be, actually see both, a dermatologist and an esthetician. I will leave mine linked down below for you guys. Clearing up my acne definitely was not just with skincare. It really boiled down to the makeup I was using as well. So everything I will be showing you today is acne safe. There are no pore clogging ingredients. Again, this is my face. You are gonna watch me from right out of the shower to this. So let's not waste any more time and get right into this acne safe, summer proof makeup look. I literally just got out of the shower, so we are going to be doing this skincare routine in real time. So I always keep 2 of the Ultra Gentle cleansers with me, one in the shower and then one in my cabinet. As soon as I get out of the shower is when I use my toner. So this is the Moisture Balance Toner. This is probably it, yeah. It's like it. You're supposed to use a very, very small amount. I put it on a cotton round and I gently wipe. Actually, that was probably a little bit too much product. Less is more with the toner. So the reason why I have not shown my skincare routine and what cleared up my acne from last year with Face Reality Skincare is because it is so specific to your skin. So what has worked for me this last year might not work for you, which is why I am so against sharing my routine. But because this is an acne friendly makeup routine, I really want to harp on the fact that skincare is seriously so important. So now that my toner is applied, I'm going to wait for that to dry down before I go into my next product. It is really, really important to use products, one, specific for you, but the correct way. So don't just overdo it on your skin. Let them do what they are supposed to do before you move on to your next product. Next up, I'm going in with my Mandelic Serum. I think I started at 6 and I've worked myself up to 8. I also have 11% in my cabinet, but I don't touch it. It's just too much. I have extremely sensitive skin. So I go in with 1 pump of this and I apply it to my entire face. This is a liquid exfoliant, so it kind of just brings everything under the surface up, keeps it clear. I love this stuff. I literally don't know what I would do without it. I'm gonna let this soak in for a couple minutes, again, before we go into the next product. Next up, I'm going to go in with my Hydra Balance. So I have a damaged, I should probably only use 2 pumps of this, not 3. But I have a damaged skin barrier. It is very thin, flaky, and I know all of this stuff because I saw an acne specialist that literally dove deep down into my skin, told me what was wrong. We figured out how to fix it. Don't try and fix your skin yourself and waste thousands of dollars on products. Leave it to someone that is a specialist. You will save so much money and it will help you out in the long run. So after I apply this gel, again, we're gonna let it dry down. Next, I'm going to go in with my moisturizer, and this is the Cran Peptide Cream. I apply a very small amount. Normally, I would go in with my La Roche-Posay tinted like sunscreen or whatever it is. You guys have seen me talk about it on my Instagram, but it's pouring and I'm not leaving the house and I'm going to be filming today, so we're going to skip sunscreen. Normally I would not recommend, even if you were leaving the house for 5 minutes, I would apply sunscreen, but it's literally black outside and I'm not leaving the house today, so we'll skip it. So while my skincare is soaking in, I go and do my hair and then my face is prepped for makeup. So I'm gonna go do that right now and I will be right back to start this makeup routine with you guys. Hair is blow dried, skincare is all set, so now it is finally time to do makeup. If you follow me on Instagram, then you probably saw this the other day, but I didn't get to go into the full detail of why I do what I do and all of the products that I use. So I'm gonna zoom you in and we're gonna get started. To start off, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I've heard that their blushes, their putty blushes are amazing too. I haven't tried them out yet. So I use a generous amount and I just kind of press it into certain areas. I have combination skin, so I'll notice that I'll have my makeup separate kind of around my cheeks and my chin, on my nose. I touch my face a lot too, and my hair. It's like two of my very bad habits. This product does need to settle into your skin, so I definitely let it do that. This is by no means my everyday makeup look. This is my date night, girls night, event, I need to wear makeup for a while look. If I am going to a day event, this is budge proof through the heat and sweat and sun. I promise your makeup will not budge if you have combination skin, acne prone skin. While my primer is setting, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. And this is just an e.l.f. spoolie I picked up, maybe from CVS, maybe from Ulta, Target, I don't know, somewhere. I put a very tiny amount on the spoolie and I'm just going to lightly brush up my eyebrows. The higher the brow, the smaller the forehead, in my opinion. So I have a few sparse areas on my eyebrows from scarring. So I like to go in with my Precisely My Brow by Benefit. This is in 3.75 and draw very light hair-like strokes on those sparse areas. So pretty much the tail end of my eyebrow. If you have acne-prone skin, please pay attention to the ingredients in your foundation, in your skincare that you're putting on your face, because you are probably doing the harm to yourself and not even realizing it. Makeup Forever Ultra HD has no pore clogging ingredients. It's my ride or die. It is a skin-like finish. I like a really satin natural wear. I will be applying powders to keep it locked in for a long time too, because I plan on filming today. So I did get a little bit of color at the beach the other day. I know the ring light is washing me out, but I promise I have a slight tan. So typically I use Y325, but I will be mixing in a little bit of Y335 today. I can't remember the last time I touched a makeup sponge. I am obsessed with brushes and brushes only. So this is an IT Cosmetics brush, but it can only be found at Ulta. So this is the 101 Airbrush Blurring Foundation Brush, and it applies like a dream. I'm going to be able to mix this foundation in on my face, buff it out, drag it down to my neck. It keeps the product. It's not going to soak it all up. I love this brush. I absolutely love this brush. I think I need to go buy a couple more just in case they ever discontinue it and I never lose out on it. So I'm just going to work in circular motions and lightly bring the edge of the brush up to my hairline. That way it's seamless but not getting a lot of product into my hairline because I did just wash my hair. I also do not bring the foundation up over here where I am going to be applying concealer. Less product, the better on your under eyes to avoid creasing. Now that my foundation is on, I'm going in with my Benefit Gimme Brow Plus in 3.5. This is a new color for me. It has a little bit of red in it, and I'm really not sure if I'm liking it or not. This just brings my eyebrow back to life so it looks more natural and not plastered down to my face. I do alternate between 3 concealers, or I use these 3 concealers in different ways. So I absolutely love the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, super hydrating in the shade Light Peach, but I'm also a really big fan of Fenty Beauty's Bright Fix Eye Brightener. This I wear with just sunscreen and it is a dream. It's so bright, but they say that you can apply it over your concealer for a brighter look. I just don't like to wear that much makeup. I know this is going to seem like a lot of makeup, but I promise it's not. I used to wear a ton more. Another product I like is the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer, and sometimes I'll apply this right underneath my eyebrows just to carve them out a tiny bit. Again, I don't like that really structured, boxy eyebrow, but this will do the job. So I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. and I'm just going to apply a tiny amount up here. So that's it. This is it for a concealer, and I'm gonna let that sit on my face and just warm up. The longer that it sits on your face, your skin is going to warm it up, and it's just going to set a little bit more. So when you buff it in, it's not gonna be sliding all over the place, and it'll really stay where you're putting it. So I'm gonna go in with this just for shits and giggles. While the concealer is warming up on my face, I'm just going to buff in the concealer that I placed underneath my eyebrow onto my eyelid. This is another IT Cosmetics brush, but I've used it for so long and owned it for so long that it's literally worn off. I will have all of these products and brushes linked in the description box. Now I'm going to go in and lightly buff in the concealer that is on my face. I like to drag the concealer out here into my temples because I am going to be going in with a cream bronzer. So once I go in with the cream bronzer, it will blend all of this in. Most makeup tutorials would say, hurry, set your concealer. It's gonna crease, it's gonna budge, it's gonna move around. No. No, 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 no. We are going to go in with all of our cream products before we set and before we move on to powder. So I'm going in with my Fenty, it's a cream bronzer. This is in the shade Macchiato. I have been using this e.l.f. stipple brush for so long that I have hair inside this compact. I can see the hairs coming off the brush. I really need to get a new one, and I don't know what's my problem because it's like $3.99. But this is the e.l.f. small stipple brush, and it is a dream to blend in contour, cream bronzer, whatever you want on your cheeks. So what I like to do is kind of make a little U. So just a very tiny U to lift up my cheeks, because as you can see, mine shoot pretty far down, all that. So I'm just gonna give myself more of a lifted look by rounding it out, and then I'm gonna bring it into my temple to blend out that concealer, and then I'm going to drag all the way, not drag, but buff it into my forehead. So all around my forehead. Almost done with our cream products. If I feel like anything is a little harsh, needs to be blended out, I will lightly buff my foundation brush over well, not over, but kind of in between where my foundation, concealer, and cream bronzer was just meeting. That way it just blends all together. Last cream product is going to be the Rare Beauty Cream Blush. This is in Bliss. It's a very matte light pink. So I like to apply this to my high points in my temple. This is my temples, in my cheeks. So think of your blush as a transition between your bronzer and your concealer. So it's just going to warm everything up, bring it all together seamlessly. This is the Morphe 530 brush. This next step is so important, and it is to set your cream products before you go in with your powders. So I'm going to let this dry down for a couple minutes, a couple seconds, I don't know, and then we'll go in with powders. These next couple steps are only if I am going to be wearing makeup during the day if I have an event and it is like a hot summer day, or if I have to go from day to night with my makeup and I really need it to stay, or I will be filming and around all of these bright lights. So if you are just wearing makeup for a couple hours, or you want to skip powder altogether, you can. This makeup will last, but I need it to be budge proof for today, and I am doing like my entire makeup routine. So I am going to be going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder and setting my under eyes first. This is the Morphe 438 brush. This brush is excellent for placing the product exactly where you want it, so I can get right into the corner of my under eye. I can get right on the sides of my nose. Sometimes I get oily there, or my product will break up. And I also flip it and then drag it up a little bit so my face looks more lifted. So it's bright, it's more lifted, and when I go in with the rest of the products, it will blend out that harsh line. I did apply a little bit down here of concealer earlier, but I'm gonna show you how I actually set the rest of my face. So before I set the rest of my face with where I had concealer or foundation, I'm actually gonna go in with my bronzer. This is also by Fenty Beauty, and it is in Private Island. And the brush that I am using is another Morphe brush, and it is R2. And go over the same places that I put the bronzer earlier. So you're pretty much just setting your cream products with powder products. Now to set the cream blush from earlier, I'm going in with NARS Orgasm and the same brush that I used for the cream blush. This is definitely very pigmented. See, I like a really pink, like girly blush look. So I'm going to lightly swirl it in between the bronzer and where I just set my eyes. So I don't mind if it's a little harsher right now, because I know in an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, it's just going to slowly disappear. Whatever is left on the brush and dust over my nose so I look a little sun-kissed. Now for the rest of the face, and this is the secret, little makeup sponge. So I'm just going to tap this into the lid where I had the powder. It's not a lot of product at all. And I'm going to go under my jawline, my chin, and around, and then probably whatever's left, just hit the center of my forehead, because I do get a little oily there. So I don't like a super harsh line. I don't want it to look like I just contoured my cheeks or need them really cut out. So I'm just going to lightly powder it in or pack it onto my face. I'm not going to go in with like a sweeping motion to create that really like harsh crease. Guys, we're almost done. I could definitely do this makeup in 10 minutes tops. It's just because I'm talking for why it is going on so long. Because I really didn't apply a lot of powder, I don't need to dust it off my face or anything like that. So I'm going right back in with my Morphe setting spray and going to now set all of the powder on my face. I'm filming a bag review, a really cute bag review for Instagram. So make sure you check out my Instagram at Erin Heartbreak. I'm gonna go in with lips first because I'm feeling wild. I picked up this new lip liner by LA Girl Cosmetics. It is the no it's not. I've messed this up on Instagram too. It's the Perfect Precision lip liner in Cafe. So I am disappointed. I went into CVS to re-up on my NYX Butter Gloss, the shade Madeline. I have been using this for years. If you have been here the last 3.5 years, this is my shade. I have been using it since high school, I think. That's 10 plus years. Like, I am obsessed with this. And when I went into CVS, they didn't have it. They had these two, are not incredibly similar at all. Like, this is the perfect nude. This, holding it up, is way too pink. And this middle one is kind of in the middle of both of those. So that is Sugar High. When I tell you, I have dozens of this Madeline lip gloss everywhere. I have at least 2 in every single bag, and I have dozens of bags. I have 10 in my makeup drawer behind me. Yeah, she's pink. Pink in a good way though. Time to curl eyelashes. I'm gonna speed this up because this part takes me forever. Then I'm going to go in with the Lancome, they call it like CILS Booster XL. It's just a lash primer. It's just a mascara primer. I don't know why they have to complicate it. This is a mascara sample that Ulta gave me when I was checking out the other day, and I actually love it. It is the Lash Idol. And when you're using this, you can't just like let it sit because it gets hard quick. So that's why I do one eye at a time. I really want to put Miss Jackson back on, but I cannot not sing and dance to that. And that is a disaster of an idea while I'm applying mascara. Here is the final makeup look. I hope I made that as simple as possible to follow and explain why I do certain things the way I do them to make my makeup last all day, but specifically using the right products for your face if you do have acne-prone skin. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and if you really enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.